Welcome to Seltzer Talk. This is the first episode of Seltzer Talk. This is going to be all sorts of exciting.
Actually, this is 1+ Seltzer Talk because we attempted to tape this last night and there's no sound on the video, so it sucks.
Seltzer Talk is going to be a review show because it's not going to be strictly movies that we're going to review, I don't think.
Oh, no, I think we'll review other things.
Well, it's a review show, so basically things that we decide that we want to review because, hey, why not? And today's Seltzer Talk will be about the movie Divergent. Now, right now, I'm going to put a warning. We will be talking about spoilers in this show.
Huge spoilers.
If you have not read the book or seen the movie...
And want to.
And
care about it.
Yes. Don't continue on with this video.
No.
Click off. Now. Okay, we're going to go on with the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we start the movie review, really, in earnest, we have to set the stage of the movie theater. I want to take you back to old nature shows that maybe you saw as a child, where you watched the very large caterpillar eat his weight in leaves, and they put the microphone way up to that caterpillar's mouth, and you heard that. Well, the two lovely gentlemen behind us literally, and I mean literally, ate their popcorn as though they were the caterpillar eating the leaves.
So, initial thoughts on the movie were that the writing was very poor.
And when we say writing, it's not the writing of the plot line. It's the writing of the dialogue.
Yes.
The writing of the dialogue stunk. Well, give your favorite line if you can remember.
My favorite line from the whole movie was... Wait, what's the group called? The... Dauntless.
Dauntless.
Okay. So she's the lady's like, I guess you're not as dauntless as you thought. You're right. I'm divergent. I went, wow.
Like, actually said that out loud.
I did. I actually did.
We were a little obnoxious.
I was obnoxious in this film.
Only I giggled a few times, but in inappropriate places.
Because the writing. They put the cheesy writing in the most random places, like, I want to take it slow.
I think for the demographic that this movie was written for, as far the book was written for teens, teen science fiction fantasy or dystopic kind of things. For that particular genre, I think it was a pretty good movie. I think if I were a teen age girl, which we all know that that's long gone, I would have loved this movie. But as far as the acting goes, what did you think?
I thought with the stuff that they were given, they did a great job.
I thought that the everybody who had a lead part, in fact, I thought everybody did a very fine job. I don't think there was anybody that I went, oh my gosh, I can't stand that performance. I did not care for the guy who played Eric, he's like the bad guy. If there is a bad guy in the movie, there's nothing redeeming about him, like nothing. And he made me uncomfortable every time he was on screen. I almost said stage. That's screen. I felt like Ashley Judd was just fine. Mm-hmm. I've seen things that I haven't particularly cared for her in, but I liked this. I thought that the acting was quite good, actually, for
what they were given.
For what they were given. I mean, honestly, there were some really bad lines. Really, really bad lines in the movie. As I mentioned last night, and now that I have to repeat myself, I had a little bit of a difficult time with the fighting portion of the violence against women. Once you're in actual battle, it doesn't bother me so much, but the just sparring and, you could be kinder or gentler or whatever, and I understand that was not the point, but I still had a problem with how hard the guys hit Triss. I mean, mm-hmm. And then, of course, the fact that they ambushed her later, spoiler, of course, that was, obviously, I would have a problem with that because that's just not nice. Let's talk about, what's her bucket? Kate Winslet. She plays kind of like the bad woman in the show. And She did a fine job. She was fine. I mean, she's certainly not I mean, the part isn't written for her to be like it's not like this amazing acting role that she's been given. So, but she did a lovely job.
Yeah.
A lot of people compare this to the Hunger Games. It's definitely along the same feel of the Hunger Games. That dystopic nature. It's the world's gone to hell, and it's after some kind of Holocaust of some sort. Some mysterious way that we got here. There's classes of people, although they're supposedly equal classes of people. But what I kept finding myself doing is thinking of Harry Potter. And I did, I know it was kind of silly, but there's times when they have to choose what tribe.
Yeah.
What is it called?
The tribe.
Something before family. What was it called?
Faction before family.
Faction before family. And I just kept thinking, as they were doing the thing, they go up in front and they have to like bleed into a bowl, which is lovely as well. They bleed into the bowl and then they pick it's kind of like a sorting hat. It's just that they get to make the choice. And then there was the part where she goes ziplining across Chicago, like all the way across Chicago from the beginning to the end, because it takes that long in the movie, because the movie is 9,000 years long. It is long. It is so long. It's a 2.5-hour movie, but it felt a lot longer than that.
Yes.
Does that mean it was bad? No. It started to drag.
It did. But back to the thing. The ziplining.
The ziplining.
Well, it was very reminiscent of Harry Potter riding Buckbeak.
Whee! And the joy and all of that stuff. And then, of course, she went flying directly through the rebar in a building. Like through a broken down building. They seemed very, very happy for being the Dauntless tribe. They were always running around being like, awesome, awesome. And then as soon as they get underground where they're training and stuff, nobody's happy ever.
That's true. Everybody was like, running, yay, running. We're going to jump off this building.
Woo!
We're going to jump off the train. We're going to jump onto the train. Yes,
and then
this is
they
so
get
much
down
fun.
underneath and they're like, nobody smiles. Nobody laughs. Everybody's serious, and then we fight to the death.
That's it.
And
then we go out in public.
Yes. But again, there were plenty of good moments. The deaths that occurred were very emotional. Although I think the mother's death was far more traumatic than the father's death for me. It was just the way she reacted as opposed to the brother reacting. And the way she reacted to the father, it was very different.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe because she was numb already from the mother dying.
Yeah. Well, for me, as much as it was traumatic or whatever, I kept thinking, man, she's channeling her inner Jennifer Lawrence.
A little bit.
Because she was doing the Jennifer Lawrence like scream that she does when she screams for PETA in the Hunger Games. And so I was like, wow, that happened.
I mean, it was pretty average. I mean, I personally would not buy the movie. I don't think I'd ever see it again, but I don't feel like I wasted my time.
Okay, I get that. I agree.
Maybe the last half an hour I wasted. Maybe not wasted, but it got long. I'm going to give the show a B-.
B-. So, thank you for joining us for today's episode of Seltzer Talk. We will review something for you shortly. Again. Bye. Hey guys, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe and like button. Thanks, you're the best.
I think please don't, I don't need any more of the camera.
Well, it's off center.
I'd be here if I could.